sir?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you. Hey man,
Good.
how you doing?
Good. Tawanda didn't build me in any pee breaks, so let me hit the head real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're fine.
Polka dotted fucking van, big old Mickey Mouse face. I don't care. All right. Be in the middle of a consult and it's like, with the spooky tank wash, I closed three more deals.
Hey man, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I got a friend who's buying a home in Kansas, and he says his closing day is tomorrow, but his lender's telling him that he needs a letter saying that he's eligible to reenlist.
Yeah.
Uh, what's that letter called? It's not the COE, obviously, right? It's
No, that's usually it's a verification of employment, a VOE.
okay.
Yeah, and in his case, like being eligible to reenlist is what they use, like, because his contract may expire soon, right? So they use the eligibility to reenlist because he might not have signed a reenlistment contract. But as long as he has that letter that says he can reenlist, in a lot of cases, the lender will say, yeah, this is fine. We can say that he's going to continue to stay with the Marine Corps
Okay.
for the foreseeable future.
Or if he or need be, he can join.
Yeah. Is he
Okay.
separating?
Yeah, he's separating in the next 3 months, and he's supposed to be closing tomorrow, and his lender's reaching out to him today about it. So,
Yeah, super common. And we try to tell people like if you're going to be getting out within the last year, like you really need to make sure that all your stuff's set up so that we can get that verification of employment to say yes, this person's still in the Marine Corps. So if they, if someone calls their admin will pick up the phone and say, yeah, they're on our roster. And then also that letter from admin, that's one that says, you're eligible to re-enlist, even though you don't have any intention to. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Joey just told me that he got his staff sergeant to sign for it. Um, yeah, that he got his staff sergeant to sign for it. She put down her number as the
yeah,
CO, and they
yeah,
just called
yeah,
her. So,
yep. That's the game, baby.
but
Dude,
yeah,
when you got a chain of command, they'll like look out for you like that. It's awesome. But we've had a lot of people where their chain of command was just they wouldn't play ball and they ended up just fucking the service member.
yeah, like Ethan. Ethan with his fucking skill bridge.
Yeah, skill bridge for a month and then bring him back for 3 and then give him another month. Like that goes against the whole fucking program. It's illegal. But they're like, oh well, we're the command. We're gonna do what we want. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
whatever.
dumb, but
Sure
he'll make it.
is.
He'll be fine.
I'm gonna pull up our little coaching tool here.
You're gonna be really mad at me this week.
Maybe we'll see. I'm kind of mad at myself because it's been way too long since we talked last, but trying to make things happen. So,
Yeah,
all right, last we talked, finished ordering the pamphlet for door knocking. Man, that seems like it was forever ago.
yeah, it was a little while ago.
Did you end up doing any door knocking?
Yeah, I door knocked three doors the first time. Dropped off
Uh, where did you
pamphlets
go for
there.
that?
Uh, I don't know the district. I know we talked about Sarah Mesa housing. It
Yeah,
is Sarah Mesa housing. It's in the same housing. It just wasn't in the same block. But Sarah Mesa housing.
got it. Was it actually in military housing?
Yeah, it was in military housing.
And how did those 3 doors that you hit, how did they go?
Couple people weren't like two of them weren't really interested. Um, One was interested in it, but she was a single mom, and she said, like, "I'm interested in it, but not really because I can't right now." So it was a bust. Uh,
Yeah, well, I mean, for 3 doors, that's pretty good. 1 out of 3 was a maybe, or at least had
yeah,
interest. Why'd you stop at 3 doors?
because when I did door knock, I went to go visit a friend in Sarah Mesa housing, and it was also like I was trying to touch base with him. He was getting divorced, so. I remember like off the ninja selling, like keep in mind like major changes in people's lives, like divorce or getting married, right, for housing situations. So I was gonna go see him to, well, see how he was doing, but also see what the deal was there. And then while I
And
was
what
waiting
was the
for him,
deal
I
with
went door knocking.
what was the deal with him and his divorce?
She like, well, he lives on base housing. They just moved into base. His wife went up to Sacramento and just stayed there and said, "I'm not coming back. Like, I don't want to be with you." And now, from talking with him, he doesn't seem he says he doesn't want to move out. He says it's just too much. He's gonna have to be paying money to her and deal with taking care of the kid up there. And then here, he just said he doesn't want to. So I'll keep trying it, but it's no go on that one.
No worries. Are you going to be going back to door knock Sarah Mesa again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the near future, I'm gonna touch up on my other clients who are looking to buy a house. And then I'll door knock in their area whenever I'm over there.
Okay. Well, let's put something on. Let's put something like in writing for when you're going to go back. So let's pick a week at least that you're going to go door knock, and then let's pick a number of doors that you want to hit when you go.
Um, Wednesday, the 9th, next week.
Okay. What time?
I'm gonna reach out to the couple, but probably like an afternoon 17. 18,
So, all right, so we'll say
6 or 7.
1700. All right.
Yeah, 5,
And how many doors are you gonna hit?
5.
5 doors. Love it.
Let's do 5.
I like that. Not too much, just enough. Get in there, get your heart rate going. Cool. Little baby steps, man. That's where it's all about.
Yeah.
We were talking about connecting with the EMT community before. Um, you haven't connected with anybody yet. Tell me about that.
Uh, think, oh, like EMT community, I haven't.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I haven't connected with anyone in EMT
Mhm.
community. I honestly haven't like been really big in the prospecting these last few weeks, which I should be, but
You're in that
um,
situation where you're focusing on the deals you have in hand, and that kind of takes some of the attention off of the prospecting, right?
yeah, like these couple of weekends I've been driving up to Big Bear, and I haven't
Mhm.
been able to do open houses or do anything else like that.
Yeah, no worries. So, on that note,
Mhm.
do you think your idea of connecting with the EMT community is still sound, or have you decided against that and you want to pivot to something else?
Yeah, I feel like going into the EMT community is like kind of like a imposter syndrome type of thing. Like I never got
What's wrong?
certified. I didn't work as an EMT, so
Yeah,
like I did the schooling for it, but that was it.
yeah,
But honestly, I think I'm gonna go more towards like fishing, fishing community, I guess. I go fishing
yeah,
a lot, so I'll be
yeah.
doing that.
Where do you go fishing at?
Just usually I'll like try and hit up some ponds around here. I've been down to this I forget what it's called. It has this weird name, but it's near College Boulevard. There's this pond that has a lot of catfish. And then Lake O'Neill, I'm gonna hit it up later today.
Was
So
that the Choyas
Choya's, no. I've been doing a lot of sea fishing and
over by
like,
Lemon Grove? It's a little lake down there, Choyas Lake.
Guajome, I think. Guajome. Guagaome Regional
Oh,
Park.
okay.
So
I'm
fishing.
curious about this. That's an Oceanside.
Yeah, it's like right nearby.
Okay.
It's more of a catfish type of deal, so
Do you go at night?
no. Evening. I've been going there like at the evening, in the evening, but I think
Yeah, sunset.
it'll be wise to go during nighttime though.
Yeah, Guajome Lake. I would like to go fishing with you one day.
I fish with dynamite.
Hell yeah. Now I'm definitely gonna come.
But yeah, I've hit up that place and this weekend I went fishing at Dog Beach in San Diego.
You went fishing at Dog Beach. Did you catch a dog?
I caught a halibut.
Did you really?
Yeah, a halibut with the rooster tail.
Hell yeah. How big
My
was it?
friend over there hooked onto a couple dogs though, but fine. Then ate limpets too. Scraped limpets off the ocean beach dunes or fucking rocky. I don't
What's a
know.
limpet?
It's a type of sea snail. Like
Oh,
you're supposed to palm them. I don't think you're supposed to use knives to forage them, but
yeah.
uh, I used a Leatherman, doesn't count.
Yeah.
So got those, like fried them, ate them. They were whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think maybe fishing community, and then I guess I'm just gonna have to start smoking cigars way more so I can get in with them too.
There you go. All right, so I'll write that
But
down. Cool. So, the fishing community, how do you plan to connect with the fishing community? Where are those people at, and then how can you talk to them?
I mean, I guess just walking up to the fishing spot, I could, make more of a attempt to actually speak to people while I'm fishing. Hey, like
Hmm.
strike up a conversation. There's always people fishing on the pier too. Lots of people fishing on the pier, so I could ask them about like their rig, what are they doing? Uh,
And then lead in
and
from there.
plus, if you're fishing on the pier, you're next to them for like hours too.
Yeah, so there's a lot to
Uh,
talk about.
so yeah, and then but yeah, that's pretty much how I plan to go about it.
Okay, well, let's do that. Social media. Last time we talked, you had no engagement, normal activity, but didn't add any new people. Have you been adding new people?
Yeah, I do the five friends of friends every day. Like I usually try and hit on the people who have like private accounts,
Yep.
just so they can either say like yes or no. Like they can either like
Yeah.
click off instead of following them, they don't follow me back.
How many friends do
Uh,
you have right now on Facebook?
on Facebook,
Yeah, let's pull it up. I like to keep track of how many you grow.
let me see. How do I look at my friends? 427.
427.
Yeah, 427.
And then how about your Instagram?
Instagram is, I think I checked it this morning, 445.
445. Excellent. Cool. And what are you posting on there typically?
Um, on my Instagram, I like post houses from open houses. I mean, videos from open houses, like videos of the house. Either that, or sometimes I'll post something real estate related on my story, or I'll just post something like what I'm doing that day. Like if I'm up in Big Bear. Like yesterday, I posted a picture of me fishing, and a lot of people commented on that.
Yeah.
Um, but I try
Have
and
you
keep it.
posted that you got Big Bear under contract?
No, I haven't. Should
Yeah,
I?
that's a big one. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You should post that you got a offer submitted, offer accepted, doing a home inspection, about to close, closed, key ceremony with the client. Every one of those
Okay, okay.
milestones should be publicized.
Yeah,
People,
yeah.
you'll do one deal and people will think you just did 10 deals.
Oh, because of like how much. Okay.
Because
Okay.
they don't know the difference, right? And that's what's going to give you massive credibility with people when they decide they want to hire you.
Okay. Yep, sounds good. Okay. Yeah. I guess I just like thought I didn't want to jinx it or anything by posting that, but I've seen a lot of people post that, like, oh, offer submitted or offer
Oh
accepted.
yeah,
So,
definitely. I've got even in my my checklist. Let's see here. Are you on the checklist for transactions?
uh,
So let's just do it this way. Uh, Kayla and Isaiah. This is actually we just closed this deal. Go away, I don't care.
with Twanda? Is this the one that Twanda
Yeah, the
building?
one we did up in Menifee. So it'll populate in a second, I'm sure. There it goes. I have the checklist for everything I need to do inside of a transaction as a real estate agent. So you can go right down the list. Residential purchase agreement fully executed. That means all the pages are all signed by both parties, and then you can send it off to the lender. Then, if your transaction coordinator might have a form to fill out to start a new transaction with them. They'll typically send it to you, so you'll fill out that pending form that your transaction coordinator asked for.
Okay.
Then you're going to send the RPA to the lender. If it's got solar, you're going to initiate the solar transfer. In this case, we just called the warranty company. We didn't need to transfer solar, but you need to do that right away. Confirm that you got the HOA docs have been ordered by the escrow company. The list goes on and on. And the part that I was getting at is um, make an offer accepted social media marketing post, which I did for them. It's offer accepted or mission accomplished or whatever. I put it in here as a checklist item. It's that important to make sure you do it with every deal that you get because it's easy prospecting. People just want to see that you're actually doing work. And then as you go, shoot, I mean, it's X out of that. As you go down to the bottom, even at the very end, I've got this goes all the way through doing the final walkthrough, getting the buyer to set up utilities, all this stuff. Right here, mission accomplished social media post for when it's finally sold. Some people do a sold or, whatever. And at the key ceremony, the people are holding a stupid sign or whatever. Take that photo, post it up. Which closing day, signing's done. I actually need to finish this up, but I can do that another time. Anyways, I'll give you access to this. And what you can do is go through and then just add your deals. So this one right here with Eric Carlson, Lee Dawkins put this one in here because that was her deal.
Okay.
So who's doing Apricot Court? Mike
Mike
Boyd.
Boyd.
Mike Boyd. Yeah, he uses this too.
Nice.
Yeah, what I do with this is like when I have like an active listing, I'll write down my active listings. When I have active buyers, I'll put them over here. And then once they close and check off the card, then I just drag their card over here into the closed transactions for the year. So then at the end
Oh,
of the year, I can go through and see all the deals that I close and say, hey. And then when I'm reconciling with my checks and everything with EXP, I can verify that everything is there and I got checks for everything and
okay.
also for taxes. What email do you want me to use?
Castellanos. So it's Castee.
Yep.
No, it's BACG at gmail.com. I have Trello. I might have done it with the Brayan.exp. I do have Trello. Oh, you found me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did do it that one then.
You telling me I hit a limit here? Let's see. It says 10 collaborator limit. So Doesn't make sense. Hmm. Only got four board members, so why is it telling me I've got a limit?
Oh, maybe I can join or I can request to join. Let me see. How can I do that?
I'm gonna email you the link to join. Oh, it's giving me a hard time. All right, just emailed it to you. That's probably where the 10 list comes from. Okay. Now I shouldn't have a problem.
Is accepted. Or I think I sent you the request.
Here we go. Boom. All right, now you're in there.
Thank you.
Just don't delete anything. Robert
See how this
Metcalf.
works. Oh, Matt Honeycutt, Matt Honeycutt Inc.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay,
my
okay. Let's see
that's my
who has
corporation.
nice leads that were not in file. Fire that's And so I would just go to one of these and put what create card from template, and that makes it
Yeah.
right.
So you go to buy side. You're gonna go up to this very first one. And there's one for new construction too, but you don't need that. Create card from template and then just follow the format. And I think the format is property address and then customer name. Yeah. So 9727 Megan Terrace dash John and Krista. So just do it that way. And then when you go down to create card, you want it under the same one. So active for buyer, hit create card. You're also going to want to put your name on it too. That way I know it's your deal. Is this you, Aeroplane Boulevard?
Yeah.
Yeah. What we can actually do is there's this thing right here. You see how I've got over here on Greenfield Drive,
Xavier's do.
Xavier's deal? Yeah, all you got to do is you can go in here and go to labels, and then you can see Harrison's deal, Jesus's deal, Tawanda's deal, etc. You can just create one that you want and put your name on it.
Okay.
I typically do the light blue just to indicate it's a buy side deal.
Active one? Okay.
Yeah, so just add that light
That's
blue
like
color, whatever it is. I think it's sky blue. Yeah.
Matt, is the order drain scope inspection necessary?
If if it calls for it, right? Like for example, if this is an older house past, 1975, or your home or your seller indicates or your listing agent indicates that there's a risk that there's some drain issues, then you need to jump on it. If it's a house that's built in the early 90s and it's in really good shape, probably don't worry about it.
Okay. Work. And that or that FUB account is just like what the TC sends out, right? Like we talked about earlier.
Um, which one? Which one are you looking at?
The FUB? The
The pending form?
Yeah, the pending FUB, yeah. Pending
Yeah.
form to reverse FUB.
So back at
What's
Whistle,
FUB?
they had a form that you fill out um,
Uh-huh.
for them inside a FUB. We don't have that anymore. So in this case, which TC are you using?
Tessa
Tessa?
Pearson.
Yeah, she has her own form that she has you fill out.
Okay. Inspection schedule. Fire contact information.
Yeah, the escrow company will ask for their information so they can reach out and give them instructions.
Yeah. Client Giant? What is that?
Client Giant is a service that you can buy. You can click the link right there. It'll take you to the company. But if you
Yeah.
want to, love on your client, you can set them up for this. And I have an account here. Let's see. I'm gonna log in. Login.
Oh. Our gifts are beautifully packaged and presented from me.
Yeah, so they do two different things, right? They have a package for buyers, which I usually just do the basic package down here. And it will send them things periodically through the transaction to kind of like this sweet little thing. So like as soon as they get an offer accepted, it'll send them like, cookies and treats and chocolates and stuff. Say, hey, congratulations, you got your offer accepted. This is a big deal. And then like a week later, it'll send them a stress kit. It's got like tea and a head massager and a little notebook. And the
Hmm.
notebook says things for my real estate agent to worry about. Right. It's
Nice.
just it's just cute. And then like halfway through, it'll send them like you know, moving boxes when it's time to start moving, and moving boxes and some tape. And that gets them thinking like, oh shit, I do need to pack up. And then there's a concierge service that'll help them figure out how to set up utilities and get their Wi-Fi turned on and all that stuff for the house. And then at the very end, it'll send them a closing gift like a cutting board or something like that. So you don't have to do shit. All you got to do is set it up, put the right address in, like pay the money, and it'll like, if you need to adjust the dates for contingency removals, you just get in here and adjust it. It's really easy. And then yeah, it just loves on them. It costs,
Okay.
this is $370, so you could do that in lieu of spending $400 on a, closing gift. You can just do this instead.
Okay.
I would do it
Hmm.
for your like typical like home buyers. I wouldn't do it for anybody that's like, multi-home buyer or seasoned
Yeah.
pro or anything like that. But yeah,
Okay.
I love it. I love it for my military guys. And then the other thing is the top of mind. Top of mind is like it just sends out quarterly gifts that always change every quarter. So the company comes up with these ideas and it'll send them stuff like neck massager or towels that are for like, super soft, supple, like organic cotton towels or something. Or it's springtime, they'll send them like an organic, pesticide, toxin free clean house cleaning kit, or a make your own candle kit or something, you know what I mean? And it does it, you know, quarterly every year. So you can set up like your whole database on these. And it's a lot easier than trying to stay in touch with your past clients. You just send them
Yeah.
fucking gifts and then they're constantly thinking about you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Me, like, this is great for me because I'm not doing all that. But I do want people to be loved on. I just don't. My ADHD does not allow me to do it. I've got Christmas cards from 2007 that are still sitting there ready to send out. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It's up to me. Shit's never gonna happen, and I know that about me.
How did you find out about this client giant?
It was one of the things we talked about at Whistle a long time ago, and I liked it. Whistle started making their own cheapskate version of it and selling it to the people, and I didn't follow that trend. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay with this company because I like the company.
Okay.
Though they've
Okay.
gone
Okay.
through some ups and downs as the market has changed, they've been kicked in the teeth. But when the market starts to improve, their offerings will start to improve too. I believe in the company.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And we can go through some more of this other stuff um on the sideline too. Maybe we can even go over it tomorrow. We can go line by line through it. But Arky knows about it. He's gone through this with me multiple times. So you can
Yeah.
always ask him. But
Yeah. I can. I feel like I can manage. If I have any questions, I'll reach out.
yeah, what I want you to do is I want you to follow that checklist because what most real estate agents do is they have no plan. When it gets into escrow, they just wait until somebody screams and then they just try to go put out the fire. They're
Yeah.
waiting for their transaction coordinator to tell them how to do their job, or they're waiting for the other side, the listing agent, to tell them that they're late on something, or they're waiting for their client to ask them a question about a document that they got. Like they're just in reaction mode, which is dumb. They don't have an actual plan for how to do a transaction. So
Yeah.
I made a plan. So
Hmm.
that being said, let's jump on to real quick the ABC strategies. So, did you end up getting your whole database downloaded and set them all up on ABCs?
Yeah. Yeah. I have my whole database uploaded, but I don't have them all on ABCs. I'm putting in ABC as I call them.
Got it. About how many have you done?
Let me take a look. Mhm. Out of here, I have done one, two, three, four, five, six. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, no, 46.
46. All right.
Yeah.
Out of how many?
This is out of 97.
Not bad. And the say the remaining looks like 51 people there. Have you contacted them or are you still trying to reach them?
Well, on my database, I'll like put in notes like what they told me, like what they said last in the last conversation. If they didn't answer, I'll put in they didn't answer. But for the people that I haven't contacted, it's just people like they're either on deployment right now in Oki, so like the times aren't matching up, or they're like Lance Corporals or PFCs just barely in the fleet, like they're not able to buy homes.
Okay.
Like
Would you
they're
say
not
that
married or anything.
would you say that you've reached out to all these people uh or you haven't attempted a certain number of those?
Out of the people that I haven't contacted or like that I don't have notes on that I've contacted, I feel like I've already talked to them in person or I've reached out. Like when I first started real estate, I reached out to everybody in my database and I said, "Hey, I'm doing real estate. Like, by
Yeah.
the way, I'm doing real estate." And from there, if they had any type of questions, I would put them down on my notes. If they didn't, like, if they said, okay, well, I'm a PFC, I don't have money and I'm not married,
Yeah.
so I'm living in the barracks, well, then I just wouldn't put anything down. So most of the people I don't have, it's maybe half of them I haven't contacted them, like half of the remaining, what, I said 40, right? 97. So half the remaining 50 I have, like, I haven't contacted, or yeah, half of them I haven't contacted. The other ones aren't interested
Okay.
or can't
What
buy.
yeah, what I want you to do is and you've got notes for everybody?
I have like notes for all the people that I've contacted. The people that I haven't contacted, they're blank, obviously. Uh,
Hmm.
but I've gone in and like off their marital status, I'll put like they're not married. Those are like for the VA guys who like don't have BAH and they're like just PFCs. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have notes for pretty much everybody. I don't have notes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, like 18.
Okay. What I want you to do is like the next process with these guys, and I know like you've taken a little pause on prospecting, but what I want you to do is get these guys into your system, all of them, if, as long as they're not dead to you, as long as they're just, they got a heartbeat and they're friends with you, like want you to put them on a cycle to where you call them twice a year just to shoot the shit. And all you're doing
Okay.
is just staying top of mind so that if they did overhear a conversation at the smoke pit or their sergeant at work was talking about a thingy thing, that they can plug for you. So we're not worried necessarily about them being a client. Yes, we are, but we're thinking more long term than that. We're thinking bigger than that. Like who do they know? Who can they refer to us? And then what can they tell us about what's going on at the shop, on the ground, Marine Corps at large? Because that stuff's valuable information.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. So I'm gonna say, and I can show you how to do that with the ABC calendar if we haven't already talked about that.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Yeah, it's real simple. So there's 52 weeks in a year. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. You just assign every week of the year a letter, and that would be the, first letter of their last name. And you just assign everybody by their last name to a week. And then every
Okay.
week you call your H's or your J's or your R's or your whatever. And if you do that, twice a year, you'll reach out to those people. Super simple. And you can even build it on a calendar. Like, for example, and if you go to the module on school, there's actually a calendar you can download and copy. All right, so down here, ABC Sphere calendar. So A, B, C, D, and I always know what week it is just by clicking. So we're on A's right now. Super simple.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds easy enough.
Okay. As far as open houses, man, this is all pretty dated.
Yeah, I haven't done any in the past few weeks because I've been going out to Big Bear every weekend. Not every weekend, this weekend. I didn't do any open houses, but I have that. Am I still good for Saturday? Now that I'm bringing Arky?
Uh, I believe so. Let me see what she said.
That's fine.
Does 11 to 2 work on Saturday? Yeah, it should. Yeah, 11 to 2 on Saturday. I'll get you guys
Okay.
connected once I'm asking her if there's okay, great. Tight. All right. Boom.
I have a question for you, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Uh,
sellers are very particular. Expect a surprise check-in.
yeah, they are. They might stop in just to chit chat and make sure that, you guys are doing your job.
Are they cool people at least?
Probably not. That's the reason you couldn't get the gig by yourself.
Well, Arky said like it's bound to happen because I'm wet behind the ears.
Yeah. Brown
Um,
and wet behind the ears, but not wet behind the back.
that's my dad. I was gonna ask you. I did have my ex's brother reached out to me, and
Mhm.
his family, like his parents. I know Lisa better hop in here, but he asked me they want to sell the restaurant. And that's like more of
Mm.
like a commercial real estate transaction, right?
Well, not
Uh,
only that, but it's also a business that you're selling. They really need a commercial agent and a business broker.
okay. Is there like with me, like right now, the best thing to do would be to refer them to someone, right? Like obviously, I don't feel like I'm ready for something like that either. So
Yeah, you don't want to, you're not capable and you're not trained and you don't have resources. It's a whole thing. It's a whole other job.
yeah,
We get asked about commercial real estate all the time, and I have to tell people like it's a completely different world.
yeah. Do you still refer them to people or
I don't really have anybody that, I can refer the business to.
okay?
I usually just
Okay.
like walk away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't been responding. Like, I'll respond to him like, "Hey, so, well, what's the deal? I just want to know more about it," and he'll respond like 5 days later. So,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to tell him like, "Hey, I don't really do that." So,
He's not in a hurry, so yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It'll be a distraction from the things that you're doing that are actually your business. So I would recommend just leaving it alone.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So we were talking before.
I did it though.
That's all right. Yeah, we can talk more about this stuff later. So I need to jump on here with Lee and
With
get
Lee,
caught up.
yeah.
Yeah, get caught up with her. But anything you need help with final save rounds?
Nope, just that one question.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll touch base like over the weekend too with your open house and stuff anyway. So
I'll send you pictures and stuff.
yeah, we'll throw them up on social and tag me.
Okay.
That's the best way
All
to
right,
do
man.
it. All right, sir. Pleasure as always. Good seeing you, and I will talk to you soon.
Let's see you, Matt. Bye.
Adios.